Yo, what's poppin', chalupas? Today we're gonna learn about China.
Hey! How are y'all? Just kidding, I don't care. So basically, this is about the Chinese immigrants. So basically, our buddy Samantha is gonna educate us with their Mandarin lingo, and maybe you might spot Milan and some Chinese. Oh my god.
What's up, Samantha?
Sammy, English, please.
Oh, right, I forgot. I need to speak English. What's up, peeps? In case you didn't already know, you're learning about Chinese immigrants like myself. Stop that on the hose!
Guys, I was Vietnamese for a day. Donate rice to everybody.
I'm mining.
Ni hao, friends. It is I, your friendly neighborhood stick figure, bringing you only the hottest information on the planet. If you haven't guessed, today we're learning about Chinese immigrants and their lives here in the US from back then to present day. Back in the day, Chinese immigrants came to America seeking an escape from China and fortune in America.
What were they escaping?
Well, like the start of most big SADs, economic crisis, starvation, political corruption, and poverty. While many of the very first Chinese immigrants came for the California Gold Rush, many later immigrants arrived because they were lured into the event that would catch the eye of any young, spry lad living in general poverty. America becoming a country full of opportunity. Also China. Now, with thousands of Chinese immigrants existing in the US, they started making a home for themselves in America. Like literally anyone that comes to the US that isn't European or American, they were discriminated against. Many people saw them as cheap work and paid them very little, if at all. If you were present during class, you would remember that they helped out with the Transcontinental Railroad, and were then paid squat. Despite the discrimination, Chinese immigrants kept pouring into the US, and they started to create communities of their own. I wonder what they were like. Why don't you teach us, Sammy?
Bon appetit.
Hey, it's me again. In San Francisco, there are places called Chinatowns. These immigrants could find work at Chinese laundries, restaurants, and stores. Many of them would get laundries, however, because someone said it requires little capital and is one of the few opportunities that are open. Support for the immigrants were given from Chinese herbs brought with them when they immigrated from China. Newspapers, food, and festivals such as the Moon Festival, celebrating the full moon, gave a sense of familiarity and comfort when living in the United States. Most of the time, most immigrants were men, outnumbering women. That led to the population decline of the Chinese people in the United States. As of 1880, only about 105,000 Chinese people lived in the US. Then, in 1920, the population decreased to about 61,600 Chinese people in America.
However, immigration was about to be brought to a screeching halt as the American government decided to pass the Chinese Exclusion Act, which prohibited Chinese immigration. This pretty much stopped the Chinese from immigrating until the San Francisco earthquake yeeted birth records into non-existence. So any immigrant could pretend to be a natural-born citizen, a citizen that could bring their family to the US. However, before anyone could enter, they had to go through the Angel Island Immigration Station. It's a catchy name.
Bon appetit.
Aloha! So basically, there were newcomers traveling to the United States and they had papers that were describing their families. But once they arrived to Angel Island, they threw the papers overboard like a bowl of spaghetti. The people that threw their papers, aka paper relatives, arrived at Angel Island, San Francisco Bay. The government officials' job was to find and deport the non-white. If they found these boys, They locked them up like a bunch of criminals, said a Chinese immigrant. Some Chinese immigrants stayed on the island for about 3 to 4 weeks, but some stayed there for years. So to entertain themselves, they would carve poems on wood walls with the stolen silverware. There's like a poem like this one. So basically, the only way you're allowed to leave Angel Island was by answering these questions by government officials. 1. How many steps are in your house? Where do you sleep in your house? Who lives next door? If the immigrants could not answer, the officials could deport that immigrant. In order to live in America, mainly San Francisco, Angel Island, you would have to prove that you had a significant other, aka a wife or husband, that was a U.S. citizen.
Thank goodness I didn't come here during those times.
What a time to be Chinese. Y'all want to go out for takeout?